Hello everyone, my name's Kuro Maho and welcome back to another Gaming Pasta episode. Now, gonna address this real quick. I got a bunch of new subscribers because of a Quake ARG series. Honestly, I didn't expect it to blow up, but I decided to turn it into a whole series because, you know, it's fun. Yeah, I'm just doing this for fun. I don't really aim for perfection or anything of that. It's just a little horror series, sort of like a side project. But then again, I don't really have any real main projects. Maybe. I don't know. Wink wink. Anyways, for all the new people who don't know what this series is, it's pretty simple. I read gaming-related creepypastas over gameplay footage. Very simple. Inspired by other YouTubers who've done that. Why? Because, I don't know. Watching those makes me feel nostalgic, so I decided to do it my own. Because, why not? And it's just fun, and who knows, maybe I'll read something that has never been read before, or not. Whatever the case be. I mean, I get most of my gaming creepypastas from the Some Ordinary Gamers wiki and the creepypasta wikis. Anyways, and, you know, it's just fun reading things that are just lesser known or obscure. I don't really do, like, the most well-known ones because, honestly, I don't know why. Mainly because they're just well-known. Anyways, with that being said, this creepypasta is called A Simple Game, and it's about a rather odd game. I'm not going to spoil too much, but without any further ado and enough stalling, I've already recorded this like way too many times. Well, re-recording this, whatever, blah blah blah. Let's just finally get on to this. This intro is already long enough. It was a nice day outside. Especially just after a week-long storm. I had spent almost every Saturday in my local game shop, Slackers. The place was just local, I'd think. I hadn't seen any other stores. The shelves always had new weekly stock to check out. They even had music sections that I would occasionally browse. The owner of the store was pretty nice, at least 30 or so. Pretty laid back. I had just gotten a Game Boy Color, which was a bit after its release, year 2000. So I went, as usual, to the Game Boy cartridge section. There was an interesting cartridge on the very top shelf. I was only 12, so I couldn't quite reach it. I found a stool that was kept around here somewhere and was finally able to reach it. The cartridge was hard to take off the shelf, almost stuck on there. After about 30 seconds of prying it finally broke off. The cartridge was still intact. The cartridge had no label, just simply written in Sharpie, "Free." I basically just shrugged and asked the owner about it. "Is this game free?" I said with a surprised look. The owner took it from me and shrugged as he saw the label. "I guess it is." He then handed it back to me, and then went back to reading his magazine. I put the cartridge in my pocket as I began my usual round of the new stock. All the usual stuff. Pokemon, Kirby, stuff like that. After I realized I couldn't buy anything anyhow, I went home. All the way home, I was strangely intrigued by the blank cartridge. I was ready for anything. When I got back to my room, it was just as I had left it. A typical 12-year-old's room. Spider-Man posters left and right, surprise ready for school on Monday, and my old clear Game Boy on the bed. I jumped into bed and popped the cartridge in. While it was loading, I was expecting some crappy game that never took off. The menu was what looked like an 8-bit field of grass, a setting sun in the distance. There was also no title, just in big bold letters, "Start." I pressed start and was almost instantly placed on a flat plane. The sun in the menu was now at the very top of the screen. My character had a hat and a t-shirt on. Pretty pixelated. I began to walk forward with the arrow button and soon encountered a block. I touched the block and instantly died. I was taken back to the menu. During the next game I played, the sun seemed lower by about 1 pixel. I figured out that A was jumps, so I jumped over the first block that killed me. The same process happened for about a minute, finding a block then jumping over it. I encountered a pit after a while, just 1 block wide. Seeing no challenge, I jumped. I hit some sort of invisible wall and fell into the pit. I pressed the start button on the menu. The sun seemed about 3 or 4 pixels lower. Nothing too odd. It just unnerved me a bit. I arrived at a pit, which seemed to be the one I came to earlier. I got over the pit this time, feeling a bit accomplished. After a bit of walking, I came across a sign. The sign was very detailed for a Game Boy Color game. The game told me to press B to read the sign. "Don't let the sun set." The sun, by what I had noticed, had been setting more and more each game. I wonder what happened if you did let it set without completing the game. I just touched a block over and over again, each time the sun setting more, the screen getting darker. My heart was racing. I felt so rebellious, which was a mistake. The sun finally set. The screen almost pitch black. I touched the block and died again. The next time I played it was broad daylight in game. I just began to walk, and walk, and walk. I seemed so interested in absolutely nothing. I felt myself getting absorbed into the game. I was just walking. So one day the world blacked out. I was placed in a game store and waited to be picked up by a kid again. I was picked up and played. Interesting kid. So I was walking, then I ran into a block and died. The next kid suffered the same fate, but I felt a decade-long spell being lifted as he did so. I was free. So that made me wonder, am I nothing but some sick and twisted game, doomed to walk a plane for the rest of my life? Doomed to pick up cartridges in game shops? Maybe it's not so bad. Taking a walk sounds nice, doesn't it? So that was Simple Game. Simple creepypasta, not so simple ending. Now I kinda get why that ending was done, because the whole creepy paradox thing. Is that a paradox? I think that is. Whatever. But yeah, I don't know, this pasta just felt a bit rushed. Like, I just feel like there could have been more in it. It's something added in that would make the ending a bit more understandable, because that ending just was confusing and just weird. But, you know, I get it. Other than that, I can't say this pasta was good, but I can't say it was bad, so I'm just gonna say that this pasta was okay. I'm pretty sure the writer, if the writer has made any future works, I'm pretty sure they're, you know, improved and everything. Like, the writer learned from his or her past mistakes. But other than that, this pasta itself, it was alright. Well, just okay. Other than that, I have nothing really else to say. This was another episode of Gaming Pasta, and I will see you guys some other time. Later.